Hi, I'm Anna, and I do a blog, and you might know me from it.
And I'm Kate, and I have a blog too, but it's not hers. It's different.
We are
Very
actually
different.
sisters, which you might not have known, but now you do.
And you can win trivia somewhere.
And it's a Saturday, which is why we're tired and maybe a little weird, if that's a good excuse. And I was really bad about doing a blog post, like, all week on my blog, and so I got Kate to do this blog collab with me, even though she doesn't usually like doing videos. We wrote down the names of a book that I just totally lost my brain, of a book and that we've read and seen a movie adaptation of, and then we're gonna compare them. And so if we like them the same, we're gonna do a heart. If we like the book better, we're doing that direction, because our bookshelf is right here, so it makes a lot of sense.
Is that the weird wood thing that's not weird?
Yeah, that's that. That's the bookshelf.
Yeah.
And then that way, if we like the movie adaptation better, makes sense, right? I don't know why I'm closing my eyes, but
close my eyes. Okay, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is the first Narnia book by C.S. Lewis. Good movie. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors. Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
So I love the movie. It did a really good job of like interpreting the book and like making it all twinkly, and it did leave some really awesome stuff out that is in the book, but it also added a bunch of really good like emotional stuff that is a little bit more subtle in the book. And it put in some really cool World War II world building stuff that you don't really get to see in the book very much.
Like the
train station, the daylight bombings, that whole kind of thing, like why they had to go to Professor Kirk's house.
I almost said there.
Different book. And so that's why I like the book better, because the book is just a lot deeper. You get the themes more that I feel like Lewis was like, that's kind of the whole point why he was writing the book, was to give us a truth in a way that even children can understand, through a story and total like fictional world that absolutely applies to like the real world.
So I agree with her about how amazing the book is, and I just feel like it has like C.S. Lewis's writing style. He's so humorous. He just gets theology and stuff in there, and you don't even kind of notice it's happening. It's amazing. And then the movie, they did a really good job doing the setting, adding some more emotion. And then the Pevensies were fantastic. They just did a great job being siblings. So when you read about the movie or spend too long on Pinterest researching it, you find out that the actors were like almost actually siblings.
Yeah, they're like practically their characters.
Right.
Like,
so
totally.
The movie was really good in that way. I do feel like they lost some of the redemption with Aslan and Edmund's story, and Aslan himself was a little bit flat, but I mean, how can you make him as majestic as he actually is? So I just think of them pretty equally.
About that. In the book, he hardly even describes Aslan a lot of times because he's just too wonderful.
You're supposed to fill it in yourself.
You're supposed to be just kind of like this, just like indescribable, just like amazing thing.
Okay.
Ow! Why? It's an alligator.
I just thought of it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Black Beauty. Okay.
Oh.
I think I've only read the book once because then I didn't want to reread it. Oh wow, that was a spoiler of what my answer is gonna be. Okay, ready? Ready? Come on, rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. Okay.
Movie, hands down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hands down.
Okay, anyway. Okay, so
we were talking about this
before, so I think we have the same answer. Do you want to say it?
Black Beauty the book was written as kind of like a social justice piece, kind of like Dickens' books about how we need to treat horses better, and it just showed the entire life of this horse. Which is really good and really needed.
Especially for the time period.
For the time period. Now we don't so much need that, at least with horses. And so reading the book is just kind of like depressing at this point. And the movie kept all the really good social justice stuff, but they gave like a more satisfying conclusion with a stable hand from earlier.
Yeah, with the sweet stable hand from earlier, but then also for Black Beauty, you get to see him like in this happy, like, even though, what's her name, Ginger? Even though her whole life is really sad, and that definitely affects Black Beauty, you get to see him, like, he has some nice owners, for one thing, and then you get to see him at the end in like this beautiful pasture, like totally harkening back to the beginning when he's a cult.
Yeah.
So it's just really beautiful.
And just
more
more
hopeful.
emotionally satisfying. And
Yeah, more hopeful than the book. I shake it up. I'll just shake it up.
Okay.
Okay, close your eyes.
Okay, The Railway Children.
By E. Nesbitt?
Yeah.
Who's Black Beauty by?
Anna Sewell. Railway Children. Paper. No.
Oh wow, wait, I haven't gotten my answer.
Roll.
Okay, what version are we talking about? The Railroad Children movie. So we found this Railroad Children movie that's really good and really, really accurate to the book, actually. I don't remember, is it by PBS?
There's only one. We'll put the link
there's
in the
more
comments.
than, okay. So this is the edition that we're talking about.
This is a good one. Because we haven't seen any others.
Okay, ready?
Scissors, paper.
You did that so wrong.
Okay. So,
the book is amazing. She writes families just beautifully. And
like so much just hilarious dynamics, inside jokes.
very precious, like real, and not all just good things too. There's like some, like they go through hard things together and everything. So the book is really amazing. She describes things perfectly, like just like what.
And I agree.
And the setting that she puts them in out in the country is so fun. And like just running to like wave at the train every day and that kind of thing. And the movie does that as well, really well. They definitely make all the siblings like super
like it was almost a verbatim
great,
adaptation.
yeah.
I think there was just like one plot point that was a little clearer.
So that was the thing, is I almost said I liked the movie better because the movie actually made there be more of a through line to the story. It took
instead of just like kids' adventures.
Yeah, it took the dad's arrest, about that, and it used it all the way through instead of where in the book he kind of just disappears after that, and that's like kind of just used as the reason they go to the country.
Yeah, but
in the movie it ties it all
the kids
together.
Worried about him, or trying to figure it out.
It's like
so, yeah,
used all the way through.
I'd say they're
pretty equal.
Okay, where do the marks go?
This.
Wait,
you just did it, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A Man Called Peter by Catherine Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it is. I can't remember.
Scissors.
Yeah, okay.
They're all gonna be hearts.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's a biography. And biographies are always kind of weird to make into a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because it just shows from like the beginning of their life all the way to them dying, and it can get kind of wobbly as far as plot goes. It can be kind of stretched out because lives are long. Hopefully. Where did she go?
I'm just disappearing out of shame.
So, it was like, the biography is like really good. It's written by his wife, Peter Marshall's wife is written by her. And it just really showed his relationship with God, his lifetime in ministry, but the movie
does it all, but you can see it and love on them, and you get to hear his accent.
Yes, they got an actual Scottish actor to play him instead of just like having somebody.
Yeah, and they did so good. Like taking all of that like deep, like all his whole life of like everything, character arc of him and her, and everything, and things that they learn in life and stuff, and it totally condenses it down into an amazing movie with absolutely gorgeous costuming and
adorable
and great like
so
chemistry between the actors, and it's just adorable. So
episode out there.
I love thumping this.
Oh, the City of Ember.
City of Ember. Ooh, that one's hard.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Whoa, no way. Okay, I say movie's better. She says book is better.
Book is better.
Okay.
You
say why. First. No, you do.
Okay, so the book is better. I don't know. I guess I really had a really good experience with the book the first time I read it. Like, I don't know if I even read the back. And so even just the setting was a surprise. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I also recently reread it and caught some more of the themes, read some of my own beliefs into it, actually, and just thought it was really cool how, in a way, the kids are rescuing themselves, but actually the builders of their city left something behind to rescue them. So it was kind of I don't know, I just found that theologically interesting.
It was, and it was a little bit, cliche breaking, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, but I also, the writing style and stuff really set the tone for the atmosphere. I do like the movie too.
I don't know that I would like the movie a whole lot if I didn't already love the book.
Mm-hmm.
But having read the book and having kind of like the whole background for the story and everything, it's kind of like watching a musical and then just hearing the songs.
Oh, and so
you know
like
the whole story, and so then you love the songs because they remind you of the whole story. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the deal with the movie. Is the movie is a little bit more simple, except for I love the ways they changed it. Like, so they did stick pretty close to the book, but then they changed it and just like
it got a little bit more sci-fi almost. Like the tech was stepped up and really fast.
It was so cool. The way I can't even say like,
and they did a really good casting job on the end too.
Yeah, so the casting was really fascinating. They made it like, except for one person, and they made it like they give you totally a feel for a completely different world, kind of almost, because of like even the people did not seem just like normal classic people because of like how they looked and stuff. So they did really good making everyone like part of this whole different kind of society.
You really felt it.
Yeah, so. For sure. And then you like really like just like feel like I feel like even more than in the book you feel the blackouts.
The ending was amazing too.
The ending was like because you could see it, like no spoilers, but you could see it happening. And then like the blackouts was just they did that so like you're like. And then of course I watched it with my best friend, and this one part totally freaked her out, and that made it even more fun for me.
And that scene's not even in the book, so
that was kind of fun.
So
they made it more action packed. Yeah, they made it more action packed. Are you trying?
No,
okay.
I
don't know who just went.
People will watch the movie later, video later, and be like, "Hey, she got 2 turns."
The Man Who Invented Christmas! So this movie is actually based off of a novel about Charles Dickens, and the movie is as well. While he's writing A Christmas Carol. So we haven't
read that novel.
We haven't read the novel, so we're going to be comparing the movie, The Man Who Invented Christmas, to his book, A Christmas Carol, if that makes any sense. Oh.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Really? Okay. A Christmas Carol, the book, really scared me. As a child, I don't think I've ever gotten over that.
I don't think I read it as a kid. I think I read it more recently.
Oh my word. So at our aunt's,
I didn't have a problem with the ghosts.
At our aunt's house, I didn't have a problem with the ghosts. The version
Marley is dead.
The version I read, literally. So we go to our aunt's house for Thanksgiving every year, and scour her bookshelves to try to find something to read. And I was like 6 maybe, and I go find Christmas Carol, and I look, and it's got these big, beautiful paintings in it of the ghosts, and it's really creepy.
So she likes the movie better.
I like the movie better. It was really cool to see, even if it wasn't true, I don't know, really cool to see kind of like the setting behind like what was going on in the real world while he was writing A Christmas Carol, and then like also they made it totally what was happening in his book A Christmas Carol basically happening in Man Who Invented Christmas. Yeah. He was Scrooge in his life. And so as he wrote A Christmas Carol and had Scrooge go through his character arc,
incorporate people he knew as the characters too.
Yeah, he's like, oh, your name is such and such, and then like, he puts it in his book.
So realistic to the writing experience. His characters would follow him around. It was so adorable.
It was fantastic from the writer point of view, even. But like, it was just a brilliant. Yeah, acting was perfect. Characters were perfect. It was just really real and hard, but then you also saw like how writing this book made him like work through it, and I think that's so real for writers. Like.
So the reason I I said them both, is I actually did never really liked A Christmas Carol. I didn't get it. I just thought it was weird or cliche or something, like overdone, because everyone has adapted it. I don't know. I just didn't really like it. I didn't get it. So I watched this movie, and I like really connected with the guy writing it, and then he was actually, in the movie at least, he was having trouble writing the ending, and he had to go through some experiences, and then he chose the ending, and so it has him like reading aloud as he writes it or something, the last lines of the book.
Oh.
So I watched the movie and I loved it, right? So then later my sisters were listening to the book on audio drama or something, and I heard the last lines of the book, and I got like shivers because it made sense now. It explained it. So the reason I like them both is because they go together. I kind of wouldn't have one without the other.
That's cool. How many of these are we doing? Read it aloud.
Robin Hood, and so we're gonna go with a live action version we found, because we really love the animated.
Not
Robin
the TV
Hood,
show.
hands down. But the live action version we found actually has Richard Todd in it. So look it up that way.
They used more history.
He was
in
also
it
in
as
A Man
well.
Called Peter.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was more historically accurate. But we're gonna do book or movie.
Oh, whoa, hang on. Okay. You're like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Yeah,
My hands are
100%.
here.
The movie. So I love, like, the traditional tale of Robin Hood. I do not like how it ends. It's just ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
But the movie incorporated way more history in it.
And it tied all those short adventures together.
Yeah, it put all of his short little adventures, like,
And Richard
it's like
Todd
a serial story
is-
together. And Richard Todd just is, like, perfect. He's like just enough of, like, playful twinkly.
I like how he's made it into like twice.
Yeah.
He's in A Man Called Peter.
He makes it just enough. Like, some people play it way
He's
too
mischievous.
crazy or something. Like,
yeah.
too,
And
like,
he's not
silly.
super cocky, he's mischievous.
He's not
which
super
is, like,
cocky, but
so
he can be,
Robin
like, super, like, cool and, like, all right, we're gonna go be heroes, while being, like, and let's do it in this funny way.
And the maid Marian was, like, really accurate.
She was,
like,
she was
spunky, but
she
not.
was sweet and spunky. She wasn't just, like, crazy feminist, and she wasn't just, like, oh, help. So, it was just perfect in
Just how
every
we like
way. And Little John is just, like, perfect, and, Friar Tuck is just,
Hilarious.
and you know who I like? Will Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
And there was actually some songs in it,
Yeah,
which
but they
was
weren't.
new.
But they weren't like, okay. So I love Disney. I love Disney.
You just said that about, like, you mean the Disney version? You just said, like, I love
what
Disney.
does.
Oh,
I
love
mean, most
Disney.
of the time.
I have a
Anyways,
crush on
they
Walt
did a
Disney.
really good job with the funny songs in the animated one. But in this, the songs were historically accurate, like the
Yeah,
style.
like, legit. Like,
yeah, like
like
they were,
he was
ballads
playing it,
and-
like, on a, thing. A lute.
And it was like he was making up as he went, like an actual
Yeah,
minstrel
it
would.
was
So that
so
was
cool. And the song that he sings, like, near the end is, like, super sweet. I'm like,
And Richard the Lionhearted was like fantastic.
he was perfect.
Like I
absolutely
was like,
perfect.
I'm gonna vote for him for king, except for I'm not English and they don't vote.
Awkward.
So why don't we just do all of these, and if the video's too long, we can split it.
Okay. It's already 18 minutes. Little Women!